Hi guys, what is good? Welcome back to my channel. You guys are so funny. I got a comment on my post for this video on my community post where someone said, I feel like this video or this is a joke because just watching your videos, I don't feel as if you do any techniques or robotic affirming. And it was just funny because so many people ask me this, and I'm like, guys, I do techniques sometimes, but if you watched my robotic affirming video, I tell you guys that to do them, I don't do any techniques. I try not to do any techniques, just assuming from the lower 3DS. If you watch my last few videos, I talked about the fact that this 3DU is just a filter or a story to an idea over I am. So it's always God doing it. And so that goes into my first thing when it comes to robotic affirming, because I did robotic affirming and I manifested instantly. I manifested within like 30 minutes of robotic affirming. But I will tell you guys the story really quickly before we get into it. So, yesterday, I decided to take my dogs for a walk. I really didn't want to do too much. It wasn't really like a big day to do anything or whatever, or make videos. I just wanted to chill. But so I parked at Starbucks and then I took them on a walk around the neighborhood. And so once we got back to Starbucks, I decided to take my notebook out and just to jot some things down for a video that I want to share with you guys. The video I was actually going to post today. But SP called me and then he was like, well, what are your plans today? You know, all these things. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm just going to kind of keep it low key. I said, but maybe possibly get some breakfast and go to Target later, something like that. I don't know. And, he was like, okay, cool. So, we'll talk later, whatever. And so when I got off the phone with him, I got a email from one of you guys that was just saying how desperate you were to manifest money and what should I robotically affirm and all these things. And I gave them some just information, but I wanted to make a video and I really wanted to test this out again because it's been a while since I've done robotic affirming, but I really just wanted to just test it out myself and make a video for you guys. So I took out my notebook and I really did it, you guys. I literally wrote all my affirmations. I did it. I really did it. And I'm not someone that can actually robotic affirm for a long period of time. So shout out to Robert McMilligan, the guy who did it for 16 hours. Because to me, like, that's so freaking long. But, hey, it worked for him. He became a millionaire. But yeah, you guys. So what I want to tell you guys first and foremost, because this really did work. So after I did this for about 15 minutes and I got into this feeling of just feeling like relaxed and it was done. And once I just felt like it was good, like I just started feeling like that abundance again. Because for me, I know when I'm out of my natural state, and my natural state is really, I can tell when I normally get things for free. I tell you guys all the time, I get things for free almost every day. And when I just noticed that, it wasn't happening as much, or I just wasn't, feeling as connected with my world as much, I just was like, okay, like it would be a good time to robotically affirm and just see. So I got back into that state of abundance after doing this for about 15 minutes and I just felt good. I just kind of sat there in the on the patio, me and my dogs just kind of enjoying life, talking with my dogs, just chilling and vibing. And so this girl from Starbucks came out and she was like, hey, like she talked to the dogs. This girl I know, her name is Autumn too. It's so funny. But she came out and she talked with me and my dogs. And, I asked her, I was like, hey, I was like, I know it's fall. Do you guys have like the pumpkin cheese cake or cream cheese muffins or something? I always get at least one during the fall. And I was like, I don't know if they have it or not. And she was like, oh yeah, we have them. We probably only have a few more because so many people get it. And I said, okay. I said, well, I'll come in and get one before we leave or whatever. And she was like, oh, okay, cool. So I was just feeling good and vibing or whatnot. So I was charging my phone. And then as soon as I picked up my phone, you guys, I swear, I picked up my phone, and this had been after 30 minutes of me doing this. I did it for 15 minutes and then 15 minutes chilling, talking with the Starbucks worker. And then after that, I picked up my phone and I seen that my SP had sent me some money. He was like, breakfast, he said Target, and he said gas, like whatever you want to use it for, here you go. So he sent me some money, and that was like unexpected because I just wasn't expecting that at all. And then also, as soon as I picked up my phone, I got a client. Like, it just literally, I picked up the phone, looked at it, and it was coming through right then and there. So I had got a client, and it worked like so instantly. So I'm going to share with you guys my affirmations that I always use. These are my money affirmations that always just help me get into the state of abundance. I'll share with you that at the end, but I really want to talk about how I get into the state before I robotically affirm or do anything, or the state that I always get into just to live my everyday life. And so it's important to know that before you do any technique or anything, you guys, because like I said in my last few videos, this little 3DS is a filter over I am. It's a filter over I am. It is just what God is experiencing through us. So it's not really Autumn who's having the experience. Autumn technically really doesn't even exist like that. Autumn just has a story, and Autumn gets to play in duality, but there's only one. And so if it's God that's experiencing life through me, then what stops me from manifesting instantly, or anybody from manifesting instantly, is the stories that we carry about I can't do this, or I don't know what this is going on, and this needs to happen before this. So when you get into doing any techniques, if I'm thinking from Autumn, I'm thinking like, oh, well, that needs to happen before this, or this needs to happen for that before this. And we get very conditional with how we do it. And some people could just robotically affirm and get through all of those things. But what I've noticed with clients is they always feel like if they do get money from doing that, they always feel like they have to get into a cycle of always needing to manifest more money. And what I'm trying to share with you guys through all of this, knowing who you are as source, not just this little you, but you are one with source, connected with source. You are source. So I want you to come from there, doing the techniques from there, knowing that you are God and you are the only decider. So I want you guys to start thinking from there, assuming from there, affirming from there, because Neville says that it is who you are imagining you are when you assume, when you affirm, when you do the technique. So when I do my techniques, or any day I live my life, I do my best to drop anything that Autumn is holding in the way, any stories, and just anything that Autumn feels is limiting. I usually manifest instantly when I drop all of that. So I get into that state, I just relax, I get into the state and dropping all the stories. Then I drop the filter of Autumn, and I'm resting in awareness, as awareness, one with source. And then I do my techniques. So that way I'm not conditioning how the money comes. I don't care how the money comes. And when you're imagining or affirming as God, it just feels limitless. You don't feel the restrictions. You don't feel like the things that have to be done before you can assume the position of being the source, or have what it is that you want to have, or just condition how your money's going to come, all these things, because that's what this little us is doing. We're so desperate for things to work that we're conditioning it, and we're looking out here and figuring out how it will come. When you're abiding and resting as source, you just know it's natural. Like, it comes, like you're already it. So there's nothing that you need to actually look out here for, because remember, the kingdom of God is within you. It's not out here. It can't come from observation, you guys. It can't come out here from observation, because like I said in my last video, you're compelling everyone and everything from who you're being. So Autumn is going to imply the separation. This filter Autumn, like, I'm going to imply separation if I'm doing it from Autumn. But when I'm doing it from source, abiding in source, and Autumn just sits back and rest in source and one with God, I am, it's easy. So I really want you guys to understand that. And I go more in depth with this for my clients and whatnot, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. So if ever I do a technique, or if ever I do anything, and the reason why I don't do techniques as much, I do them, but I just don't care to do them very often, is because I do my best to always just abide in source. And it's just easy and natural for me to manifest that way. So that's my tip. But the truth is that you always want to be it's always who you are being when you're doing something, who you are when you're assuming something. So you want to not always assume from the little you. You want to assume as source, one with source, thinking from there, because it's limitless and you don't condition anything. So that's why instant manifestation works, because God is outside of time and space, and you collapse reality instantly when you're not filtering or thinking it's coming from you. Okay, so The doubt will be there sometimes, you guys. So even if you have doubts, the doubts will be there. But it's not to affirm to kill the doubt or to get rid of the doubt. It's allowing the doubt to be there and you still choose. Because if you're trying to get rid of the doubt, oh no, I got to affirm more, I got to do this more, I got to all these things, then that means you're choosing the doubt. But the truth is, you allow everything to exist and your only focus is on what you want. And so I'm a scripter, like I said, so I scripted this. And as I was scripting this, I was just feeling it. I was like, okay, like I'm getting into the feelings. And then I just started thinking about the feeling of abundance and money over my life. I have my dream car. I have my dogs. I have live in my dream city. Like I just started thinking about the abundance that already is and that I already am, being appreciative for me as source in my life. And I feel like that's why I just manifested that money so instantly. So it's really about that, you guys, who you are being when you assume. So, the little you, this one that thinks that they're moving the pieces and they're the one that's observing and looking out here, that's what puts the timing and all the conditions in the way. But when you drop that away, you're outside of time and space. And so now instant manifestation is possible. And that's what I really want you guys to understand, that it's who you're being when you're doing it. That's it. All right. So after all of that, you guys, I want to share with you guys my affirmations, and it really did happen. It came through instantly. I was able to share with the person that emailed me, and I also just wanted to share with you guys because it really did manifest instantly. But I always just do my best to abide as source, and I'm no different than you. You could do this may be a practice for you to drop away the story and then the story of yourself as well. And if you do that consistently, you'll start to notice that you'll manifest more instantly. But yeah, so over to my affirmation. These work for me all the time, you guys. So these are my 3 affirmations that I always say if I'm looking to call in more abundance in my life or just to get into that state of already being abundant. And the first one is, I'm receiving money now. I'm receiving money now. And then the second one is, money flows to me easily and effortlessly now. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly now. And then the third one is, money is here now. Money is here now. So I'll go, I'm receiving money now. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly now. And money is here for me now. And like I said, I'm a scripter mainly. I will say it if I'm in my car driving and I'm just feeling it, but I mainly script it. But the reason why it's now, the key here is adding the now at the end, because there is no time when you're doing it as source, when you're assuming, affirming, visualizing as source. You must bring what you want here now in the present, because everything exists in the here and now. There is no past, there is no future. So it's now. So you're seeing it now. You're claiming it's here now because it is here now. And so when you're doing it as source, it has no choice but to show itself to you, because like I said, you're outside of space and time now when you're doing it as the source and not as this little 3D you who's going to be looking like, okay, well, maybe it can come from a client. Maybe it can come from, my job. Maybe my mom will send it. Like, you're conditioning it. But when you're as God, it's so limitless how it will come. I didn't know my SP was going to send me any money at all. I didn't. And I also didn't know that, I just didn't know that a client was just going to book that quickly. I just didn't know. So when I tell you guys money can come from anywhere, it can come from anywhere. And also too, like, doing this was actually kind of fun because I got back into that space of, my life being that things are easily and effortless for me. And I got something for free yesterday. So remember, I was telling you guys about the muffin, right? So when I was putting the dogs in the car, I was going to go back in and actually order the muffin because I couldn't carry it all together. And so I was putting the dogs in the car, and then the girl, Autumn, she was running out. She was like, hey, like, before you go, I just wanted to give you this. And she gave me the pumpkin cream cheese muffin. She's like, I just want to give it to you. It was the last one, and I was thinking about you. And I was like, I know Autumn said she wanted it. So here you go. It's on me today. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a great day. And I was just like, what? So mainly, you guys, what I'm telling you is mainly I just do my best to abide as source, and I will make more videos. Actually, the next 2 videos I have will be more on that, so make sure you like, share, and subscribe. But yeah, you guys, like, it's pretty easy. This little you, like, it just is the experiencer. It's the perceiver. It's not the one that has to figure out the how. You as God is source. It's doing, God is moving it through you. God is the one doing it. So it's not this you. So that's why you could just relax and abide and pretty much everything works out for you. All right. So I really hope that this video helps you. I really hope that you practice this. You do this as a practice, and get down in the comments. Let me know if you need me to clarify anything. Also, like, share, and subscribe. We have amazing videos coming up. If you would like to book a session with me and talk more about this, and I'll share with you how I personally get into the state of abiding and all these things, go ahead and book a session down with me by phone or email. It's down in the description box below. Join our Discord. We have talks like this over there. And yeah, you guys, imagination affirming techniques are on your side, and I am too. Bye.